Dive 806 on a mussel farm in Vigo, Spain. This dive was from July 2025. Mussels are normally growing on these ropes suspended on barges. They hang down and the mussels grow below them, and this dive was diving underneath a few of them. The seabed here is covered in black brittle stars, lots of nutrients flowing down from the mussels there, and the barges are supported by these chains. The briefing we were given for this site was to follow the chains through this kelp forest to another of the barges, and then to make our way back to the starting point. So here we can see some, I think, old discarded fishing gear and rope, and it's wrapped around that chain which we are following through the kelp forest. It turned out to be quite difficult to navigate given it was quite overgrown, but we did eventually find our way through. Some sponge growing there on the rocks, and as I said, found the chain again. Also managed to find a nudibranch. This is a Felimida Krohni, fairly large one there in the macro lens, and there we have a spiny starfish gripping onto the chain. A couple bib and two striped bream there. Had a look under this rock to see if there was any eels around, but couldn't see any. And then we get to the second barge, and above us there in the shadows are the ropes with all the mussels growing on them. Got quite a nice effect with the sunlight coming down there. And on the seabed we managed to find a common octopus, or potentially a musky octopus. They're quite difficult to identify the difference between them, but this one was obviously enjoying itself with all the nutrients flowing down from the mussels. It was just sat out here in the open and slowly made its way over the seabed of shells as we were filming it. Still fairly relaxed there, but did let us get too close to it. Sort of made its way away at a slow pace. Then looking above us, we have these ropes again. Heading up to them, you can sort of see some of the mussels growing on them here. And again, the sunlight coming down through the ropes, which created quite a nice image. Making our way back now to the start of the dive. We've got some more old mussel shells on the seabed, as well as some more bib there. And a velvet swimming crab under one of the rocks. Following the chain once again, we sort of get back to where we started this dive site, and again we have that fairly clear seabed, but one which is covered in these black brittle stars. Around here these spread as far as the eye could see in all directions, so they were obviously enjoying themselves here. Which you can see there as the camera pans up a bit. There's also some spiny starfish dotted around, fairly orange examples of them here. And here is, looks like the tail end of one of the ropes which has snapped off and fallen to the seabed, but you can see all the common mussels growing on it. Heading up, here are some mussels that they're still farming. And then heading back to the seabed as we saw this large clump of spiny starfish. This was around the end of our dive time now, approaching about 50 minutes in, so we headed up along the ropes, watching the mussels as we went. There's a close-up there, and you can see my buddy in the background. And as we got shallow, there was some soft growth on the ropes as well. And for the final shot, I did attempt to get a macro shot from these, but the whole thing was moving up and down in the waves, so quite difficult to stabilize. So here's the best I got for that.